All right, so I watched some Are You Afraid of the Dark with my kids as usual. So let's talk about the couple episodes I watched while they were here. Now, this is the tale of the Renegade virus. And there's two brothers. One of them just can't catch a break at all. The other brother, screws him over a little bit, and then they kind of, make amends for one another. But the kid wants revenge on his brother because he's got such a better life on it than him, supposedly. I like how they go to visit this dude that's made this computer program, and an alarm goes off, and the kid, not have ever even knowing that alarm existed, turns around and just presses a button. It turns the alarm off. That's not a very good alarm. That's not a very good freaking security system where you could just walk over and press a button and the alarm stops. Like, wow, who the hell thought of that one? And this episode kind of plays out like Total Recall a little bit in the opening, like when he's like, what do you want to do? You want to be an outlaw of the Old West? You want to be a knight of the Round Table? You want to run with the dinosaurs? Like, he gives them all these different options, Total Recall style, and he says it's going to be virtual reality. And then the day starts over, and you think it's going to be a Groundhog Day episode, but it isn't. It's just he's in the virtual reality, and then we got this little person who has who's got silver skin, and his brain is on the outside of his body, which is such a dumb design for a character because he's got such a vulnerable weak spot. Like, just his brain's right here. Just touch him on the head and he's dead. It reminds me of Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, when they make fun of this island Earth, and the mutants that come out have brains on the outside of the head, and they're like clubbing them on the head. He's like exploiting their weakness. Oh, that shit's so funny. Anyway, he says to him early in the episode, he's like, all right, we're playing a game. Rule number one, I win, you lose. That reminds me of Big Daddy. What's the name of that game anyways? I win. Like, that's not a very good rule. I don't think that's very fair. And I like in his dream how he goes out to his bike because he wants to take his bike and run off. And there's this bike lock that's like this big. It's bigger than his bike attached. I thought it was so funny when I saw it. I don't know why it got me. And then he puts in, because he finds out his brother put this virus in there. He didn't realize it was going to do what it did. This virus wants to take over his body, I guess, get through his brain. Maybe kind of like, Agent Smith in Matrix Revolutions. Like, he wants to try to come through their bodies and clone himself on the outside. But yeah, so he does that, and then he puts in the code, and then he gets his hands locked up, and somehow he gets his hand free and hits it. I thought he was going to do something else to hit that keyboard, but nope. He somehow got his hand free, so that wasn't a very good, that he supposedly controls this virtual reality world, and he can't keep his arms locked down. Like, it's so free that he can move his whole arm forward and that's so dumb. But it's a show for kids, so who cares? And then the virus lives, I guess. It's like in the janitor's freaking trash can. So it got out. Are they still in the program? Is that what the hint? I don't know what that hint is. So yeah, I don't know if they're still in the game or they escaped. So it's one of those Inception endings, but nowhere near Inception. All right, let's move on.